boots and kept us warm. Stayed home inside to play. But the food we stored is running out, and we can't grow in this cold. Even though I love these boots, this fashion's getting old. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I know that wasn't really in the season. It is almost end of summer, not the end of winter. That was winter wrap up. So, guys, we have some of the hugest news that was just dropped on the AMA. I was gonna make a video for this, but the video is just one, it would be too long, it would take forever. It's just too big a news. I do have some news on what I've done as far as getting more OMI early. I know I did mention on Twitter before that I did go and buy a third HIM, because I believe that is severely undervalued, where my bank account, and I will make an entire video about this, about my bank account saying, literally that's what I have less than, oh, you can't see that there. I have currently, how much I borrowed, I have less than $1,000 in there. That is less than $700 in my bank account, and that is also the money I have for the rest of the week. That is for the drop on Saturday. That is, I do have to get something for the giveaway on Sunday. The giveaways on Sunday will be, what do you call it? We have a bunch over here. Maxwell Cook, VeVe Darklink, Mass Murders, Freddie Mercury, Wraithback, Squid Cat, Predict. There's going to be a lot of different, what do you call it, giveaways on Sunday. But, guys, I will get to, this is going to be a lengthy spiel that I have here. So I will get to comments eventually, but this is a lot to go over. Again, I want to do this in the video, and I'll get to comments in a second. So, deeper level of communication on the app. Person-to-person messaging and comments on your profile. I do believe, like I've said before, VeVe will probably be a bank where you can exchange OMI for US dollars, Australian dollars, basically your local currency. But this right here tells me that VeVe will also be a social media platform. Maybe not in the VeVe Verse, or maybe in the VeVe Verse. Maybe not on the app, but maybe on this. It was so heckin' ridiculous to hear that. And literally about 15-20 minutes into this, I called a buddy of mine. If I could make a reference from the 90s, or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I phoned a friend and I said, hey, can I borrow some money to buy more OMI? I will pay you back next week. So the order has gone in with that good friend of mine lending me some cash, and I will have about 2 more million OMI by tomorrow, which will bring me up to 105 million as soon as that order is filled. And I'll tell you why, because of all of this right now, us being a social media platform now, and a bank too for some of these reasons. Now, New York Comic Con drops. They said they might not necessarily partner with New York Comic Con, although they didn't say they wouldn't. They just said even though we might not necessarily partner with them, they will have New York Comic Con drops. They will be con exclusives. I haven't checked what the other con exclusives have gone up for recently. As far as buying land in the VeVe Verse, which I'll get down to there eventually, we will be able to buy land in the VeVe Verse, and not only will be able to do that, that's one of the first things that's going to be coming, but all the OMI, you have the option to buy land in the VeVe Verse with US dollars or whatever, but you're also going to be able to buy it with OMI that is straight from the circulating supply, and that will be burned. That it does not go to them, that all of that is being burned. I will spend 1 million, 2 million OMI in the VeVe Verse because of that. OMI utility article is coming at the end of the month. A lot of stuff like buying land in the VeVe Verse, like buying NFTs, all of that we are sure of, all of that we know, but they did say that there is other utility that we don't know about yet that is coming. An article will be coming by the end of the month, within the next 2 weeks. Can't wait to do a video on that. And also Master Collectors Program, those details are coming out soon as well, probably after the OMI utility. Or maybe that'll be part of it as well, because OMI utility, staking OMI, getting a lot of different things for it. Immutable X, they did reiterate that they are shooting for the end of September, so about 2 weeks. They said if it is late, if it is delayed, it will be in the first couple of days, definitely within the first week of October. So again, 2 weeks will bring us right to September 30th. That third week will bring us to October 7th. So within 3 weeks, we will have that switch over to Immutable X. We will get that. Very excited for that. The Gemgate. Gemgate. So for those of you that were affected by Gemgate, Gemgate is where, you put $300 in, and instead of getting 300 gems, you got 450 gems or 600 gems. People thought it was a glitch. They're just like, they just thought they got free gems. But they had said, like, eventually, months later, it's like, hey, remember when that happened, like, a couple weeks ago? They had said, oh, hey, yeah, you got free gems. You need to pay those back. A lot of people's accounts went negative. A lot of people just had a couple hundred gems less. The whole mess about that, it was insane. And VeVe decided that even though some people that got that, they were affected by that, that they got free gems anyway. They basically got an interest-free loan of gems. They said, hey, we don't want, and this is what I call the Disney playbook, where I remember once, I was at Disney, I see this like little girl crying for like whatever, kids cry, I don't know. And some dude in like a magic wizard hat says, there you go, kid. Nobody cries at Disney for like free games and free ice cream. I was like, are you heckin' kidding me? Like, I was so salty at the time. Like, she had parents. They definitely had money. I did not at the time. But yeah, that was so nobody cries at Disney. Squeaky grease might get the wheel, but people, unbeknownst to them, they might have just thought, oh, maybe I have a couple extra gems that I forgot I put in. Suddenly their account's negative. They are negatively affected by that. They are doing the nobody cries in VeVe, or if you do, they will make it up to you. So they are going to get a secret rare gift for those who are affected. They didn't say what secret rare it would be, but they will be getting one of those, which is insane. These guys are. This is going to be so freaking huge. DC Digital Comics. It is uncertain at this point. Somebody said, "Hey, is there going to be digital comics for DC as we have with Marvel?" And they basically said, like, well, we're not sure right now. I'm pretty sure they are sure. They are just waiting whether they're still working out an agreement, because DC and Marvel go and they snipe each other's writers, they snipe each other's artists for comic book sales. You know that DC is looking at Marvel and be like, holy crap, they're selling thousands upon tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of comics. You know that DC wants to get in on this. You know it. So I'm sure that'll come. Also, it will be in the future easier to find comic books in the marketplace. So basically, instead of just trying to hunt for them, you click on one, and then from that one, you'll be able to see all the different variant covers. It'll just be much easier to do in the future, especially as we have more and more comic book drops. Somebody asked about the timeline for the multi-language support in the app. There is no timeline currently. Just lost my spot. Oh yeah, so Gem to Fiat and Immutable X are top priority. That should all happen within the next 2 to 4 weeks. The Gem to Fiat should happen a little bit after switch over to Immutable X. But there's no reason to really make it a multi-language app right now, just for people to get frustrated that they can put in money, but they can't take it out. So that's the reasoning for that. Be advised, auctions are paused when the marketplace is down. So if the auction ends, let's say in 4 hours and the marketplace goes down, that countdown will pause, and then it will restart again when the marketplace is back up, just in case my auction's going to end when the market's down. Also, the app will be down for about 4 hours or so during the switch over to Immutable. Probably something that will be expanded upon in the OMI Utility market, OMI Utility article at the end of the month. VeVe Verse to be a social area. Okay, so a home which will be hugely upgraded version of the showroom. So picture it, showroom on steroids. It'll have many levels. I'm hoping for a basement. They will have a VeVe City to do things within the city. So these will be the VeVeverse at first. You're going to be able to have your home that you can do whatever you want with, multiple levels up, hoping multiple levels down. And smooches, I see you, Bay. And then there will be a VeVe City, kind of like where you'll go. Let's say, picture Goldenrod City for Pokemon. They might have like a breeding center, a game corner. They might have a place underground, not the Underground Railroad, like the underground. You can go get a haircut, whatever. That being said, light gamification should happen right away. They said the massive gamification, like I'm talking about like League of Legends, World of Warcraft, that won't happen for a fairly long time. But the light gamification should happen relatively quickly, December, January, even spring of next year. But that will happen. VeVeverse, then games, and that might be right away. And it will be something along the lines of a Legend of Zelda game. And I don't mean like like it'll be open world, although there will be a little bit of an open world, but it'll be like a Legend of Zelda game in that we won't be able to access certain areas right away. We'll be able to do certain things, but some things won't be unlocked until they're done being developed. Very similar to Earth 2, where Earth 2 says, oh, by the way, once we launch Phase 3, it will keep getting updated and updated and updated forever. That's continuous downloadable content forever. Now, while looking at your collectibles in the VeVeVerse, it will show you the floor price, and if you have it, it will show what you paid for it. I thought that was a pretty cool development. During the switchover, they won't do a massive burn of the reserve wallet. The reserve wallet will stay, but when they do switch over, there will still be a burn wallet. So the reserve wallet will stay. They're not going to burn any of it, but there will obviously still be a burn wallet. Things will be burned just as always. It'll just be on the Ethereum blockchain instead of the Go chain. Speaking of which, SHIB, S-H-I-B, so Sierra Hotel India Bravo, that meme coin, just got listed on Coinbase. And if that gets on Coinbase, there's no reason that Omi should not. I have a... Oh, Mass Murders with the Meow Gang. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Thank you for that super chat, Mass Murders. $5 super chat. Helps keep me fed. And, Meow Gang. Meow. You're in the Meow Gang, right? Pretty sure you are. Mass Murders, Mass Murders, Mass Murders. Are you Mass Murders on here? Why can't I see you? Oh, do I not have you on here? Oh, I gotta check you on if you're not on there. If you're on the Patreon list, that is my fault. Moving on. Yeah, if Sheep can get on Coinbase, there is zero reason why Omi's not going to be able to. Zero reason at all. Can your NFTs level up by staking? This was a question I think from Traps Wellington, and like basically said, wouldn't it be cool if you had a Pikachu? And then after staking your NFT of a Pikachu, it upgrades and it gets a surfboard or a thing of balloons. And basically what he was referencing a couple of Pokemon video games, or in Pokemon Snap, you could get Pikachu on a surfboard. You could also get Pikachu on balloons. And that happens in a lot of different things. In Pokemon Yellow, there's a mini game where you can surf with Pikachu, so that's pretty cool. They said that will be addressed in the literature in the coming weeks. So you will be able to stake not only just your Omi, but NFTs as well, which is a great way for people to lock up their NFTs so that there are less of them out there in the circulating supply. And that, oh my God, this is going to be so heckin' cool. Season 3, oh God, where did I go? Cries of Disney, VeVe Verse, Social Area, Home, Switch Over, Burn Wallet, Omi. Okay, Season 3 starts October 16th, 2021. We're in Season 2 right now, but Season 3 will start on Saturday, 16 October, 2021, and that's actually me and my girlfriend's 1-year anniversary. So I'm just, instead of taking her to the Poconos where there's no internet, I will take her to a nice hotel, and I'll get her a nice dinner at a nice restaurant, just so I can stream that day. Because if we're in the Poconos, I wouldn't be able to stream. So, no, I'm doing this for you. Oh God. Oh. Okay, well, I don't know what happened. So yes, I am doing this. I am not throwing away. I am changing plans with my girlfriend for our 1-year anniversary for the stream, for the season premiere of Season 3. I don't know if they were joking with this. So they said, what about, you've talked about cars like in the Ecto 1 and the ones from Back to the Future, but you haven't said anything else will drive. What are some things that would be able to drive? And they did kind of joke and say, well, Trevor is advocating for a drivable T-Rex. And I don't know if they were joking, but a lot of us have asked about that. Like, again, since I've said since the beginning, wouldn't it be cool if you could get Optimus Prime riding on a T-Rex? It would be epic AF. Ariel Swan, who's an IT expert, is super impressed with what VeVe's done and what they've accomplished, especially the size of their team. It's just, I put that in there just because it's always really cool to see somebody in that field. Not all of us are coders or software developers or anything like that. So when you do have an IT expert coming in, I thought that was pretty legit. Also, there is something that, there were about, so we had David Horvath, some person named Ash, David Schwabel, Alex Humphreys, Brooks Ellis, Mahdi, Matt Walters, also Jeremy Potower, but there's a bunch of different people with blue check marks in this AMA. So it's not just us. Nerds are everywhere. When I say that some of the contacts that I had in the high-end Pokemon business, when they go to auction houses that are not just for Pokemon, they're for comic books, Nicolas Cage is there sometimes, just because he loves comic books. He's a big nerd. So yeah. Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Black Widow, not from Scarlett Johansson, they play Game Boy. So yeah, this is like Henry Cavill builds his own computer. There are nerds everywhere. You're gonna have big influential people in here. And that being said, what I did with him, HIM, that Powerpuff Girls NFT, I bought 3 of them this past week, and it went from 2,600 per for the floor, and now the floor is like 4,500. And the reason why I wanted to go and mention this again is just because I am just one person where most of my net worth, most of my available capital is all tied up in OMI. I can't buy NFTs with OMI. I didn't have that much money left, but what I did have was just a little bit of insight saying, hey, there's not a lot of these are really undervalued, only 12 of them in the market right now. And I'm just one person that does not have a lot of money left that moved the floor from 2,600 to 4,600. You get a couple of more people like me to buy these right now before they go on OpenSea. And then you have a bunch of people that say, oh, hey, now I have a bunch of ETH that are Ethereum rich because I bought it when it was a couple dollars. Now it's, a couple $1,000s. This floor for a bunch of these can go, this can 10x. This is ridiculous. Because again, like 1 ETH, 2 ETH, that's really not, that's pretty standard for OpenSea that does what? A couple billion a month? No, excuse me, bananas. Oh, also, VeVe Verse. Each piece of land in the VeVe Verse, which there is a limited amount of land, not a small, they didn't say, they just said a limited amount, but each piece of land is itself an NFT confirmed on the blockchain. My heckin' God. And also your home in the VeVe Verse can exist in the ether, which means that you might not have a piece of land in the VeVe Verse, but you will have something that other people can visit that's in the ether, that's not in the VeVe Verse, but it is attached in a certain way, where people can go visit your land, but it won't be part of the land on VeVe Verse, more like just attached to it. Additional land will open up as more is added, similar to Disney, where if you miss the first sale, more land will come. Like when I say similar to Disney, when Walt Disney had Disneyland and he wanted to open up a Disney World, what he did was he bought pieces of land sporadically under different LLCs, and then as it got opened up, he's like, oh, I have this whole idea for another new park, and then he buys another piece of land, and then more stuff opens up. So that's pretty much what they're going to do in the VeVe Verse. They're basically going to be able to have a certain amount of land, and I guess there's going to be auctions, there's going to be sales. So not only will there be like a land rush, there'll be a couple of different ways to get land. I guess you're going to be able to win some, you'll be able to buy some, and again, limited amounts. I said first come, first serve. I don't care if I have a $10,000 trip planned to see friends that I haven't seen in years. Sorry, military buddies that are probably in Germany right now, it's probably going to be affected by this. If they say, hey, in 48 hours, we're going to go and do this, you can be damn sure I'm canceling whatever plans I have to buy as much land as I can in the VeVe Verse. Why? This is the one thing I have no issue spending a lot of my OMI on, because this is something where, let's say if this opens in December, January, we're able to buy land, and OMI is 3 to 5 cents at that point, where we've 10x'd, where we have 10x'd already, I would say that I have no issue spending a lot of my OMI on land in the VeVe Verse. And that doesn't mean I'm selling, that just means I'm spending and technically burning from that supply. Because if we've already 10x by that point, and let's say we're 5 cents, it would take a couple of years to 10x again. Whereas land on the VeVe Verse, that could 10x overnight. Over heckin' night. Because again, if I can only get 2 plots of land and I spend 1 million or 2 million OMI, I will give somebody, let's say that they spent, let's say 500,000 OMI on this super good piece of land, like that day, I'll be like, hey, do you want to double your money in like 20 seconds? I'll give you another 1 million. Land, a limited amount of land that is an NFT, get the fudge out of here if you think I am not blowing all my OMI on this. Yeah, I said originally I would spend like 2 million OMI. I'm thinking about it now. I'm gonna spend like 5 million OMI. Like, and again, 5 million OMI when this is like 5 cents. That's a lot. That's $250,000. No, is that right? No, that's not right. A million would be a million at 1 cent is 10,000. So a million at 5 cents is 50,000. Oh, yeah, that'd be $250,000. YOLO, YOLO. At that time. Licensors are smart. People were asking about OpenSea because again, OpenSea does do about 3 to 4 billion a month, and I think it was Dan said they believe interoperability will be had across the board. Like everyone will say yes, go and sell us on OpenSea. Some will just take longer than others because red tape. And they did confirm a Batman Black and White Series 6, so be prepared for that. That is it. I'm going to go take questions. I'm already 20 minutes behind on comments. Let's see what we got here. The OP says, heard that Ito may be coming before end of season 2. Ito will be coming by December, before the end of the year. I'm sorry, Ito. And for those that don't know, that's the secret rare in Ultraman that we haven't gotten yet. Because it is part of season 2, they probably would want us to have it before October 16th, because that's when season 3 starts. They did mention before, like a month or so or a couple weeks ago, that Ido will happen. That drop will happen before the end of the year. So yeah, they'd probably want to do it in October before then. But if they can't, that's fine. Ryan are romantic. Oh, I see what you did there. Says, hey Randy, yeah, what up, Ryan? Cosmo says, I want to listen, please. Well, I mean, you missed it, but but I'm sure somebody did a screen recording of it, like someone went live, maybe like I don't know, Taps or Cavell or whoever. I think Poor Man Printing did one last week. Oh my god, I don't know what did my elbow. Red and Z says, heard you talk on the AMA. What's up, Randy? So yeah, I did confirm. I was like, hey, if I can get tickets to the Met Gala next year, which is the whole memeable thing with AOC, where she had a tax the rich thing on her buttocks, on her dress. I was like, what would you guys want me to do? Like a tuxedo, a suit, or a dress with a Comey, Omi, or VeVe on it? They said, well, do the triple threat, have a Comey, VeVe, and Omi on whatever you're wearing, and start a poll to see who. So I'll start maybe a poll on Twitter or YouTube, just saying, hey, what do you guys want me to wear to the gala if I can get there? Justin Bowdoin says, hit my 3rd millionth Omi. Get that bread, Justin. Get that bread. VeVe Darklink says, how's it going, my man? Hey, Dash. What's up, VeVe Darklink? How you doing, fam? VeVe Darklink. I will say right now, I will put it right down to $30,000. $30,000 in Omi for that. What do you call it? That Neo Genesis box, because I want it. I need more Omi. I need more Omi. I can't not have it. I'm doing what I can. That's like a $5,500 discount than it was before. Joe Powell says, did Dan say the land will be sold by auction? Some of them will be, yes. James C., I have a hair caught in my... Alright, whatever. Did Dan say the land will be sold by auction? Yes. Hey, Randy, shout out from Ireland. Oh, James C., Ireland is beautiful. I love Ireland. That is disgusting. He's a hair, not that. Ireland's great. There is nothing like having a Guinness in Dublin. It's just like... I feel like, when Ben Affleck has that meme, he's smoking a cigarette, he's just like... that's what I feel like. Guinness in Ireland, so good. Brenzy says, thanks for taking notes. Yeah, no problem. It was, I didn't even mean to. I was, going to listen for a little bit. I spoke last week. They had me on this week, which I thought was pretty cool. And then I go and, as soon as I heard that first thing, that I told you guys about, where the deeper level of communication on the app, person-to-person messaging, I was like, oh, this is what they're doing. Social media platform. Oh my god, that is... any one of these things, I'd be like, okay, I should probably get more, but all these together. So I'm currently in debt now. I'm in debt to a buddy of mine that loaned me the money to get 2 million more Omi. So I should have that by Friday. So I borrowed money from myself. Like I said, I showed you what I had. I have less than $700 to my name. I really hope nothing happens to me in the next couple of days. And some of that's going to go on the... do I have any? I don't know how much I have on the VeVe app right now. Nomad with Guitar, I think, has a... what do you call it? Transactions. I might be due for another 200 Omi, but yes, I am due for another 200 Omi from Nomad with Guitar. that'll bring me up. Yeah, so I should have enough for the drop. Thankfully, I don't need to go and dig deep into that. I want to get paid on that Pokemon card sale next week. I do have to pay my friend back. Maybe I'll just pay him back in 2 weeks. I'll pay him some back next week, and yeah. So I cannot buy any more NFTs or OMI for at least a couple weeks because I don't have it. I literally don't have it. I'll get like $600 on Monday because of the aging receivables business. But then the week after that, I have, or in like 2 weeks, I have to pay rent. So maybe I'll sell another Pokemon card before then. Ginferno, what's going on? Howdy. Rick G says, another great AMA in the books. Brendan Z says, Randy, how many millions of gems do you think are in circulation? They can't leave the app, so maybe at least 1 million. Oh, that's a good call. I don't know. 10 million or so, give or take, maybe. Maybe not even that. I don't know. JP says, VeVe dress. Yeah. Baby Werewolf 5 says, love the energy, bro. Love you too, man. I love all my friends. Godmaster Ryan says, when immutable? They're saying in about 2 weeks, and if it's not in 2 weeks, by the end of September, it will be in that first week of October. So 3 weeks maximum for immutable. Can't wait for that. Omar Kasaja says, Met Gala. Heck yeah. And Mass Murder says, what up, peeps? Yo, what up, Mass Murders? My bae, my fam. Horst Shrama says, you will probably end up spending 10 million OMI in the VeVe Verse. I really hope it's not that much. Because, again, when I buy things, I really have a problem selling. The only reason I sold the Pokemon cards was for only, like, I don't know what I would sell the land for. Like, I don't, like, if I buy it, I don't know what I would sell it for. I don't know. I guess the only way that I would sell that is really for more entrepreneurial stuff, conservation type stuff, charity, philanthropic stuff. But again, I should have enough only for that in real life to be able to do that. And I have one of the biggest super chats I ever got from Atomic Z06 with a $50 super chat, no message, just being a bro, just being wow. Cheers to you, mate. Big hugs for you. My God. Yeah, send me a message if you want me to shout something out. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, spending 10 million OMI in the VeVe Verse. I'm gonna need more OMI. I mean, it is not technically spending it; it's really investing it. And again, it's being burned. So I guarantee you guys, 2 to 5 million will be burned in the VeVe Verse by me. Burned. So you're welcome. And then we have Brendan Z saying, can't wait to see the final product of your Met Gala VeVe dress. I guess everyone wants me to wear a dress, so I'm going to have to work out like mad. And I have a, wow, High Roads showing up Atomic Z06 with a $100 super chat, just saying hi, just hi. Wow. That's a lot. That's a big super chat. That is actually the second biggest super chat I've ever gotten. So thank you so much for that. Can I take a picture of that? That is actually bananas. Maybe I'll take a Snapchat of that. I don't know. You guys are my heroes. My fans really taking care of me today. So I'm going to. When I say fans, I do mean friends also, because I see you guys all the time. And yeah, you guys are great. So I'm going to forget where I was here. Milham says, what up, Randy? You score anything good today? I got 2 commons, which is fine. Common gang represent. Everyone comment down below if you got a comment or what you got today on the drop. Roz Sal says, help me please, have 9,000 thinking of getting more OMI to make it to 20. You have $9,000 thinking of getting more OMI to make it 20 million, or put in another coin more stable than OMI. What do you think? I mean, if you're talking about stable coins, USDC is just stable. I mean, Bitcoin is definitely probably the safest, but let's say Bitcoin goes to 100 grand by the end of the year, which I think it should. I would say that the amount that OMI can go, even though it's a little bit higher risk, is 10xing by the end of the year. So if you have a $9,000, and again, if your bills are paid, it's not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if your bills are paid, you have money coming in, bill collectors aren't going to be knocking on your door. I sold everything for Omi. Like, I sold Tesla Pokemon cards. Like, I literally just borrowed money from a friend to get more Omi. Is that smart thing to do? Long term, if it works out, which I'm sure it will, yeah, I'll be saying like, oh, this man's a genius. This man went into debt. This man was eating Taco Bell for days just to save money so he can get more Omi. That's how it's going to be said. But at the time, like, dude, the struggle is real. But right now, it's just could be seen as like just tomfoolery. It just could be seen as very risky. But again, I don't have a wife or a kids or anything. Girlfriend has a dog and some cats, but they don't really depend on me. So it's pretty fine. That again, if I had an extra $9,000, Omi. That's I'm not telling you that's what I would do, but that's just me. Teleporter says, here, greetings, when VeVe Verse Lambo. When Lambo in the VeVe Verse? Well, we do have Fast and Furious, and we do have GM. So we're General Motors, which is I guess more of like a healthcare company now, but and Fast and Furious, there's a decent chance that we do get a Lambo in the VeVe Verse, but it won't be when the VeVe Verse opens, not unless Fast and Furious. Them or GM, I don't even know if GM makes Lambos. They have a what do you call it? If they have a drop before then we'll get that. If not, no big deal. So probably by next year we'll have that. Although they mentioned Jurassic Park months ago, and I'm still waiting for my T-Rex. I can't wait to get that. Brendan Z says, wow. Brendan Z says, super rare gifts are special. They are smooches, my bae. How are you? Henry Van Ziel says, I'm happy they are doing that because some people probably did not know they got extra gems. VeVe is just so nice. They really care about their community, and this shows. Congratulations to those. Yeah, Henry Van Ziel, exactly. I literally told somebody on one of my comments, I was like, hey guys, yeah, this is, what do you call it? This is the Disney book, this Disney playbook where nobody cries at Disney. Nobody complains. Nobody gets sad in the VeVe Verse. This is just what they do. And this is also why they hold back some things. Why they hold back certain mint numbers, like for the first 40 or whatever. Just so they can do stuff like this. When people get sad, when people get, like wrong, someone gets screwed, whatever, they can make it up to them. And they don't have to do that, but they are. Milham says, hey, Brandy, babe. Taxicorp Electric Taxi says, was there any time frame for the VeVe Verse release and land starting to get epic? No time frame as of right now. Well, actually, yeah, December they had said. December was that, but for the release of the land, I'm not 100% sure. Right now, just the VeVe City and being able to go around and look at stuff and just explore, that'll be in December. The VeVe land, hopefully soon after that. And they did say massive gamification won't be right away, but light gamification should be just as soon as it opens up. I can wait for that. It's gonna be great. And Mass Murders, that $5 super chat saying, meow gang, meow, meow, meow. Justin says, I lolled when I heard about Sheep Coinbase in the bag. Yeah, Coinbase, if Sheep gets on, no way that Omi's not getting on. I'll bet someone $1,000. I don't have it right now. But yeah, Mass Murders has just joined. Meow, meow, meow. And then we have a 30-minute Patreon member shout out. And I guess for my people that are super chatting me also, what was it before? What did I say? I'm just gonna do, there's a place off Ocean Avenue where I used to sit and talk with you. We were both 16 and it felt so right, sleeping all day, staying up all night. There's a place on the corner of Cherry Street. We would walk on the beach in our bare feet. We were both 18. Say, hey guys, how's it going? So that was my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. Gunther Heisenberg says, Coinbase listing. Here we go. Again, once we get on Immutable X, that will give us the opportunity to be listed on a Coinbase, a KuCoin, a Kraken. I do think that they would want to have the smaller ones get on first, like a Gemini, KuCoin, Kraken, those guys first, before they get on like a Coinbase or a Binance. Because that's what you want. You want little steps and then for them to get bigger. If you go to Coinbase and Binance right away, then like a month or two later, when they get KuCoin or Kraken, it won't mean as much. You do want to go in a ascending order. At least that's what I would. That's what I would do, and I assume that's what they're going to do as well. It says Binance in the bag. Dog says, "What's up? What up, Dog?" It says, "What an AMA? That was awesome." Yeah, it was heckin' great. This was the best. This is the only one that I've done a live stream for after. Brandy Ann H says, "Hi, sweetie Milham." David Donaldson says, "Most bullish AMA." Yeah, this is, and weirdly enough, like I don't know why this happens, but typically in the when AMAs happen, there's a dip, and yeah, there was a big dip. Like it started at 6 o'clock. That's where it started. As soon as it started, it just dipped. I don't know why that happens every single time, but we had a nice bounce, a nice recovery. Went down to 442 and went up to 460. So it was pretty much basically up to where it was before it dipped. Just a nice dead cat bounce. Good recovery. Gus says, so Randy, will you buy all piece of lands in VeVe Verse? I want to buy as much as I can, within reason. Just because they say it's a limited amount doesn't mean there's just like 100 pieces. If there's I don't know how much would be a lot. I mean, if there's 1 million pieces of land, I don't know how much it'll go for. I don't know what the auctions will go for, but 1 million pieces of land everyone will be able to get at least one right now, a couple right now, but in the future, as this again gets a lot of advertising and notoriety, and just people like shouting it out, going viral on TikTok, Twitter, all that jazz. I guarantee you that is not enough. That will not be enough for everyone. So I think right now, I'm hoping for 1 million pieces of land, just because I want to get a couple. And even though it might be properly rated at the time, as people get in and they want pieces of land, yeah. I also think that we might be able to, similar to Earth 2, might be able to go and take a couple of these and rent them out, saying, hey, I don't want to sell this land to you, but I might rent this land to you. That's something that I think would be really cool. But again, they will be opening up other pieces of land in the future as they do some updates. CryptoCube says, what's up, Dog? Milhamson, congrats on 1 year, buddy. Yeah, that'll be, that's next month. Well, that was the anniversary of our first date. We became official boyfriend-girlfriend, even though it wasn't Facebook official. I wanted it to be. Actually, on Veterans Day. Veterans Day, because she came out with me to Long Island, and I was like, hey, do you want to come with me while I go eat free at all these places? I have a printout every year of all the places that give veterans a free meal on Veterans Day. It was Red Lobster. It was Red Robin. It was like Cracker Barrel. There's so many places that give free stuff. Friendly's does. I think IHOP does. Just so I eat like a king on Veterans Day. It's so good. And she was there. She was very impressed that I ate all this food. We got a hotel, and then I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. And I was like, oh my god! And I was thinking, and she's like, you have any follow up? And I was literally like plankton. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. Like, I didn't think you'd say yes. And she did. So, yeah. Justin says, don't choke, Randy. Yeah, I don't know why I was choking before. I'm going to hydrate. Dog says, ask the hotel what MS ping they got. MS ping. What's good, brother Crypto Keeper? Ask the hotel what MS. I'm not sure what that means. Or maybe I'm stupid. King Shiz says, comics over collectibles. Well, if you think they're greater, and they have proven themselves very, very good and very, very effective. So, yeah, maybe they are. And we got a $5 super chat from Atomic Z06. Like, super chat was just to say thanks. Got my first million OMI. Keep on rolling. Atomic, thank you so much for that. That means the world. That's great. And then I got your first million OMI. I think by the end of 2027, we will reach $1, and you will be a millionaire. So yeah. Congrats on that. And I want, I want this to be a, and I've said before, like I want everyone to make money, because it's great if I do, but if everyone can do that, then I think that means, because I think a lot of people here are really good people, and they say like, oh, hey, if you get more money, then let's say you can get a dog, and you can adopt a dog from a shelter or a cat from a shelter. So more money in everybody's pockets means, and not only can you afford to just get that dog, you can afford actual medical care for those animals. Because everyone wants a dog. Everyone wants dogs. Everyone wants animals. Good medical care, and just better lives for everyone. More money that everyone makes. So yeah, very, very excited. Thank you. Where was I? It was the Meow Gang. Don't choke, Randy. Comics. Okay. Yeah, comics have proven themselves really, really good. Like performed superbly well. There is no comic right now that is less than what you paid for it, so there's like zero risk in getting it. Comics Collect. Justin says, did they elaborate about the VeVe Verse burning tokens? They did, in the way that if you buy land in the VeVe Verse, those OMI tokens are burned. You can choose to pay for it in fiat, but I mean at the time I don't have any fiat, so that's what I would do. Some people that want to keep their OMI, and they say like, well, if I, but again in December, I think that after we 10x, because I do believe we 10x by December, I think it would be fine to go and take OMI. And like if it were Patrick, what if we take Bikini Bottom and we push it somewhere else? I think if we take our OMI and we move it to something that, again, I'm not saying that OMI when it's 5 cents won't 10x. I believe it'll still 20x from that 5 cent point, but I think that'll take several years to do. Whereas land in the VeVe Verse at that point can 10x much quicker. So that's why. What was I saying? What were we saying there? So I don't know why. I guess if you want to keep your OMI, that's fine, and do pay in fiat. But I will be at that point going and spending OMI, and then because it'll burn OMI, and I'll be able to have that clout. Hey guys, guess what? I just burned 1 million OMI or a 5 million OMI by myself for you guys. So OMI burning party. So I'd want other people to do that too. And they did say also, I forgot to put in the notes, but they did say something about how for our NFTs, we're able to get something for our avatars. Like something for our avatars, which are going to be separate from the NFTs, and then something for our NFTs as well. Like Captain America, maybe you could put on a little hat for him like they do in Among Us. You could have something that maybe follows you around. They were very, very good in the way that they said, hey, there are going to be a lot of things. Again, what happens with skins in Fortnite? People pay $20 for skins, and that's it. Your money ends there. With this, you should be able to sell it back, sell it between one another, trade with one another. I think they're going to do more blind boxes for that type of stuff in the future, but that's just going to be cosmetic. Those won't be NFTs, or they might be NFTs. I'm not sure, but those might be strictly cosmetic just for your existing NFTs. So I will keep you posted on that. And more articles come out, I can't wait to do videos on it. JP says, Dog, everyone take off their shirts so you can be wannabe champ. I will spare you for that right now, even though today was my first day in the gym in a little while, at least lifting weights. I did go do some boxing earlier this week, and I did run earlier this week, but because of my shoulder and my wrist, I have been really trying to take it easy. Justin says, what's the advantage to land being an NFT? I think it's just confirmed on the blockchain, just digital ownership. I think that's why. And it makes sense. And also just because it's an NFT, like it just gives it that little extra layer of value. Daniel Kaganoff says, insane. Yeah, insane stuff. This is bananas. This is stupid undervalued. And I don't know if I can really say the name. I did get a private message from someone on Twitter right after I spoke, and it was somebody that I think has worked in conjunction. Oh, wow. I have a message. I can't say who it is. It says, of course, I'm compelled to tell you to diversify because I told him I had 100 million OMI. It says, mostly because you can never control for the universe. You've been in high-risk lending, so you have the stomach for risk. With that said, I, too, hold a heavy bag, and it's my belief and hope that the direction that they appear to be going in continues. I'm extremely bullish. This is something. It was someone that has, I think, worked with VeVe or with Akomi, has a license in the global toy maker thing, and messaged me. So I was like, wow, this guy is awesome. So I will definitely answer this guy back as soon as I'm done with you guys being live. I don't think he follows me. No, not yet. I follow him though. But yeah, someone in the global toy maker that has licenses that I do believe has worked with Akomi or is continuously working with him did message me, and just, yeah, lots of good stuff going on. Henry Van Zeel says, yep, for some people on OpenSea, price can honestly go high, but even if not, all things go to OpenSea. If you buy gems with OMI, then people with ETH can just buy OMI, and then we boom even more. Yeah, this is going to be ridiculous as far as, even if it doesn't moon like I think it will, like as far as the NFTs go, still moon a little bit. Yeah. So that's really nice. Justin says, will you lose money buying land instead of holding OMI? No. But that's if OMI is at like 5 cents at that point. I do think 3 to 5 cents. But even if it's at 3 cents, I think at 3 cents, which is like the lower end of my base case for December when we're able to buy, at least when the VeVe Verse opens, and let's say that's when we're able to buy land, same month, same day, whatever. I think at that time, 10xing for OMI could take a couple of years once we're at 3 cents. But 10xing of land in the VeVe Verse, as we have lots of people come in, a limited amount. Again, OMI, hundreds of billions of them. Land in the VeVe Verse, probably not going to be that much. And I know there's going to be some people, because I see this in real life. I have seen this in real life. I have clients that are contractors, construction workers. They have clients that will buy 2 houses that are right next to each other, knock down both houses, and build a giant house in the middle. I guarantee we have people like that in the VeVe Verse that says, like, I want your house. And they'll pay whatever they need. There's not going to be enough land to go around. Guaranteed it. So yeah, I don't know what I want, but I want as much land as I can get from there, just because of that. So that's why, Justin. So I think that the land at that point in December has the potential to moon as high, if not higher, than the actual OMI, because at that point we would have gone up so much. At that point, from the beginning of where OMI started, once we're like 4 cents, give or take, 3 cents, 4 cents, we'll actually have 1,000x since OMI has initial ICO. So yeah. Dog says, Justin, it's how we confirm digital ownership. True. Henry Van Ziel says, I love your energy all the time. Makes me hype even more. Let's get this bread. Dog says, add Justin, who knows? That is extremely hard to gauge, but we do know digital land is already doing, it's already doing. In Earth 2, where I had gotten my big break on YouTube, a lot of that land's already 1,000x. A lot of that, like, it's easy to like 10x your land like that. In Earth 2, like, it's already been done like multiple times, and people still buy land every single day. I buy jewels every single day. Earth 2 is just I can tell what land in VeVe Verse is going to do based on what Earth 2 does, and Earth 2 has hundreds of billions of tiles. So this is going to be. I'm telling you guys right now, and I should, like, it would behoove me if I kept my mouth shut and I said, oh yeah, land in VeVe Verse, probably not going to do that. Just to focus on the NFTs and this. It'll be open source anyway. You'll be able to walk on other people's land. No real need to own the land. Nope. I'm telling you guys right now exactly what I'm doing, because I always want to remain honest. Buying land in the VeVe Verse, that's what I'm going to do. Take a lot of my OMI, I'm going to do that. And if it turns out not to pan out, okay, I still have a bunch of OMI left, but I haven't been wrong yet. Dog says, just who knows? Yep. Purple CU says, it would be cool if they could keep track of comics that weren't viewed in AR, almost like keeping it sealed and being able to keep track. They actually did have an update like that. Like, if you read it, it does give you a green check letting you know that it was read, but that goes away after a while. So, Wes says, at JP, why does Wannabe Champ do all his videos shirtless? Does he? I feel like, I know he, Mr. No Sleeves, but honestly, he's just, jack guy. When I was younger and I was just ripped and in shape, I was, I always had my shirt off. Felt like Jacob from Twilight. I actually placed 3rd in a Jacob and Twilight lookalike contest when I was younger. Moving on. Mikey Vivi says, wear a dress, it will get more exposure for us. Yeah, you're probably right. And also, I feel like at the Met Gala, where they're all very liberal and left-leaning, I feel like I would definitely get more exposure. Okay, so at that point, maybe I'll get an Omi tattoo or a Komi tattoo. Because backless dress, I don't know. I really would have to start working out again, like really hardcore. So I don't know. I'll keep you all posted on what I'm doing on that. Jamilia Shigure says, hello, I'm following you from France. Great video. I'm crazy about VeVe and OMI. Direction to the moon. Yeah, the trajectory in which we're going is absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait for everything to go, and I think that, again, we have a couple weeks. even when we are on Immutable X, doesn't mean that we'll moon like that same day. I think the first catalyst might be the money transfer license, but once we get on Immutable X, that just allows us to be listed on other exchanges. So it will be a like slow burning thing, which is fine. But like I said, even if that does take a couple weeks to get listed on somewhere, when we are on Immutable X, let's say it happens October 1st, and our first let's say KuCoin is on October 10th, and then October 20th is Kraken, and then November 1st we have like Gemini, late November or December we have Coinbase, something like that. We'll probably go on a couple of exchanges each month, and each will probably be bigger than the last. That's why I don't think it would really. It'll be a nice slow moving up, because you don't want moon, because then it'll be too erratic and people are just like, oh god, gaining and losing tens of thousands in a day, or hundreds of thousands in a day is gonna be like it's a lot. Also, out of that, I forget what I was saying. Let's get more exposure. View just to the moon. Yeah, so I would have a what do you call it? I forget what I was saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. LC says, borrow money from me. I don't want to borrow any more money. Happy that everyone else that had super chatted me, the guys are my heroes. Immortal Gamer says, what was the update on the move to Immutable? 2 weeks. End of September, if not end of September, first week in October. So maximum 3 weeks for Immutable. Oh yeah, so the Immutable exit money transfer license, I think that'll be the first one. The catalyst, and because again, when people are saying like, oh hey, yeah, we can take money off the app, I just made like $1,000 today, and that's going to be huge. And then the fact that we're going to be able to go and pay for NFTs with OMI, more OMI utility. So in 2 weeks, we will get an articles explaining more OMI utility and including stuff that they haven't told us yet. Tim HNC75 says that the property they're going to be selling sounds a lot like Earth 2. How long do you think we'll have to wait for property 2022 or longer? It should be, the way they said it, it was almost as soon as they open. So if not December when they open, first quarter of 2022, like first quarter. So yeah, JC says because he is fit. I'm not too fit anymore. Maybe I am. I just don't look that good. But I doing some boxing the other day. Even though I can't go as many rounds as I used to, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still relatively okay. And Atomic Z06, thank you so much for that $50 super chat. That does mean the world to me. Very, very big one. Abe McGee says, when can we send OMI tokens to Ethereum address? Not 100% sure right now. And Justin says, big bro hugs. Love you, fam. Gunter Heisenberg is just laughing. And High Roads with $99.99 super chat. That is bananas. Thank you so much for that. That really does mean the world. That's huge. That is big. That is a big super chat. So thank you very, very much for that. I love you. Jamila Shigure says, what to expect for future collaboration? When asked about anything that they have partnership with that they could not announce right now, they said between 0 and 1,000 companies. So I would probably say between 0 and 500 companies. But even if it's only 50 other companies, which is still a lot, that's only the ones that they probably have penship inked deals with, not including other people that they're still negotiating with. So I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility to say that they have 100, if not hundreds of more brands signed that they haven't told us yet. And again, I don't think they want to confuse us. I don't think they want us to forget about LOL MGA or Jurassic Park. Or, again, we have Star Trek The Next Generation, but what about Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek, Picard? Like, there's 2 others of those, and everyone kept saying, when Pokemon, and we don't know yet. But from France, I haven't been to France in a little while. They have a Disney World there also. Pretty good. Last time I was in France was in 2019. You guys are great. Baguettes are good AF. Danielle Kaganov says, Randy, if I pay off my medical school tuition with OMI, let's do a video collab, LOL. Got 2 million OMI. Virtual hugs, brother. So, not financial advice. Like, let's say if my girlfriend, she doesn't, but let's say she still had medical school bills because she went to vet school. So let's just say she had school tuition that she still owed on. And let's say it was 5% a year in interest. I'd be like, okay, babe, Danielle, you have, let's say, $100,000 in the bank, and you have, let's say, $50,000 of school debt to pay off. All right, so babe, that $50,000 a year accrues at 5%, per year, which is, not low. It's not like 2%. It's 5% each year. Or you can go and let's just not even say OMI. Let's just say put it in Bitcoin, which will double by the end of this year. Like, babe, what are you doing? Why would you pay off that debt that only has 5% each year when you could put that same $50,000 or however much into something that goes up so much? Again, that's what I would tell my girlfriend, who I love. So would tell any of my friends that I love. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Dozen says the value of OMI and land will always coincide, right? Hard to say, because again, it might to a point, but just because the land is going to be so much more limited than OMI, I would say that the land would be a little bit more sporadic. And also, you have to think that, let's say you have let's say a celebrity's in here, like an actual, A-list celebrity, like Bill Murray is on there, and he has a piece of land. Wouldn't you want to be neighbors next to Bill Murray? So the land surrounding Bill Murray would probably be worth a lot more than the land just surrounding like me or any of the other YouTubers that have a couple thousand subscribers. It would just make sense that way. Or if you're right next to one of their VeVe cities, where that's probably a good idea to get land right next to the VeVe city, so that you don't have to, let's say, spawn on your land, which is like 100 land posts away, and you have to run to VeVe City. You could just say, oh, guess what? I have land right next to, step outside my door. Oh, hey, Disney World in the VeVe Verse. Also, I did want to make a mention, but was it photos? Was it downloaded? Was it screenshots? If anyone remembers Wreck-It Ralph, look at that. Look at what happens in Wreck-It Ralph. That has all this, very similar to what the VeVe Verse could look like. Disney Animation, Star Wars, Marvel, all of that. And why I took that screenshot is because I think that that's what the VeVe Verse could look like. And if they're going to have a VeVe City where you could do lots of stuff, you would probably want to have land right next to there. So land over there is probably going to be worth a lot more than land in the middle of nowhere. So OMI will have correlation with the VeVe Verse land to a point. But also OMI you'll have a lot more uses for. The land, you could probably only do so much. You could probably maybe rent it out. You probably build stuff on it. And maybe even, again, similar to Earth 2, share in land advertisements. Where if you have, let's say, a mini game or something on your land where you can be a part of a racetrack that races, Ritmos versus Mermicornos versus Unicornos versus the Ecto-1 versus the one from Back to the Future. Why am I messing that? A DeLorean from Back to the Future. If you have that and a bunch of people are on your land, you might be able to get advertising revenue from that as well. So their land might be available for a couple of things, but OMI should be available to buy land, to play in video games, to bet in video games, to buy NFTs, to be able to just do stake. I don't know if you can stake your land. You will be able to stake NFTs though. So it seems that even though there's going to be more OMI, there's going to be a lot more utility for OMI than there would be just for land. But I don't know. We're going to really have to wait and see until the VeVe Verse comes out for us to figure it out. Justin says, take that, Raythought. Raythought? Sorry, guys, for the pause. I was hydrating. Unabonger says, big ups, Randy, bro. Hugs all around. My bays. Love you guys. Wade Angelo says, what brands do you think will have commercial presence on the VeVe Verse, and what/how would they operate? That is a good question. And that actually might have been part of the agreements. Like, hey, we know, like, let's say if you're Disney, saying we know that you guys are going to go and be in the make a metaverse. We want to have the biggest amount of land front and center in there. And we want to have, maybe we'll give you a better deal so that, you don't have to pay us as much for licensing. If you stick a giant Disney banner in the center of your VeVeverse, that could be basically free advertising for millions of people 24/7. It's very possible. I don't know. I would say the bigger the company, the more likely they have. So VeVeverse, Nintendo, Pokemon, maybe Star Trek, maybe probably WB. WB is really big as well. Because that owns, obviously DC, Harry Potter. I would say the big ones. The big companies in real life probably would have that as well. Tim HNC says, one common, one uncommon today. Nice. All Chat Gaming says, I've been called a social media platform because Facebook called out a metaverse, LOL, big brain. I've been called a social media platform because Facebook called out a metaverse, hashtag big brain, fire. Jamila Shigure says, you're fishing man, I believe, and I see that the moon and clothes are just the Pokemon. Oh yes, you're fishing man, I believe, and I see that the moon and Pokemon are clothes. Moon and clothes are just the Pokemon. Yeah, even with Pokemon, we'll probably moon. So not just with, any one of these things we would probably go to the moon, but all of these things together is a heckin' Mars. Justin says he needs a Jurassic Park porta potty edit. That would be so great. And if anyone has not seen that movie and doesn't get that reference, please go see it now. Tim HN75 says, maybe we'll get Need for Speed. There's a Lambo in there, and they are looking to add more cars. Dude, Need for Speed would be legit. Need for Speed Underground, so good. Need for Speed on the what do you call it? I did the whole game with a Honda Civic though. Need for Speed Underground, I think that was 2 maybe. A really fun game. Good racing game. I like Midnight Club a little bit better. Midnight Club 2 with the secret passcodes Save the Kids, Green Lantern, and Rimbuck with a K. What you could do with that is your car suddenly has a rocket launcher and a machine gun. Absolutely bananas. And we just got a $5 super chat from Tim HNC75 says, I'm expecting that companies like DC or Marvel or whoever will have a site you can pay a few gems and tour their site. Oh, that'd be really cool. Pay a few gems, pay, well, owe me whatever, and you could go, I guess, kind of like a virtual ride. Like, you ever go to like Hershey Park and you just have it takes you on like a ride where you see how the Hershey's are made. You get a little piece of chocolate afterwards, kind of like the Disney, it's a small world thing. Which if you go on that, it will be in the back of your head forever. It's a small. No, I'm not doing that for my Patreon member shout out. But yeah, that would be really cool if you pay a few gems and you go into Disney's virtual reality park. That would be, because all right, right now, let's say if you're married and you have 2 kids, and let's say it costs a couple $1,000. For each person to not only buy plane tickets for you 4, get a hotel for you 4 for a couple days, food, everything, take off work, and then not only getting tickets to Disney, but if you go and you get tickets to Disney, you're going to have to wait in all of these lines, and then what? So you have to get the Fast Pass, cost another like several $100s per person. How's like a normal working class, mom and dad like making just a little bit more than ends meet maybe? How are they going to afford that? That's not fair, in my opinion. So I think Disney, or anyone that has a land park like this, what they would do for those people would be to go and say like, hey, come visit our virtual park. If you can't come in, you can't afford these tickets to go down here and do all this thing, get that virtual. That would be such an amazing thing. I can't even fudge that. That's going to be bananas. So moving on, it is time for my 60-minute Patreon member shout out. A couple minutes late, but I want to be the very best, but no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch it. All right, moving on. Oh wow, there's a lot here. Ashy, super big ups. All right, hugs all around. Okay, there we go. Need for Speed. When Corvette. Hopefully soon. Probably when a Need for Speed thing comes out, or a General Motors, something like that. Which again, they do have partnerships with both. Justin says it's really a good sign when things are rolling out slowly. Real things like MTL take time. They do. MTL takes 12 to 24 months. So they applied for this a long time ago. But I'm glad they have it now. Jamal Shigori says, send me your sweat, man. Like that. Like that. High Road says, buy Dashy some Omi with super chat donation. I suppose, did I? Oh god. Okay. Did y'all not, were y'all not able to see Dashy? Alright, sorry. Anyway, you can see Dashy now. Buy Dashy some Omi with super chat donation. Okay, alright. I can do that, High Roads. Give me that big super chat. You can make the rules. I can dig it. Get dashes and bling. Omi bling. Falcon X says, at Randy, would you take a loan against your 401k to buy Omi if you could? I actually don't have a 401k. When I was in the military, I was like, listen, I am not getting paid enough to go and get a 401k. I want everything that I have. I don't want to say I wasn't smart. Well, I wasn't financially smart. I had a little bit of savings with that, deployment, that first/last deployment. I bought a car. I bought a Honda Civic, which I still drive my Honda Civic. But I don't have a big, I didn't have a big budget. But when I started getting into finance, I was like, okay, well, S&P 500, you can go and make, 9 to 11% a month. So I was thinking about doing something along those lines. But when I got into that high risk lending deals, and I was like, oh, if I'm, instead of 9 to 11% each year, I could make like double that or more than double that. And I could, sometimes people pay off early. Sometimes I could re-roll it over. I was like, oh, hell no, am I not putting this to a 401k where I can't cash it out until I'm 65. The average Peruvian dies at like 54. So like, no way am I doing that. I don't know if that's true. I just pulled that right out of my butt. Yeah. So I'd rather have that money then. But right now, if somebody says like, hey, you can take out a loan, and let's say they charge me a ridiculous interest rate. Let's say they give me $100,000, and they say like, 10% a year. Done. I'd do that right now. I would do that right now. The Audible Collective says, "Sup, Randy? Was a good AMA. Whale's looking for any reason to put pressure on." The Audible Collective says, "Okay, Randy, what or how do you go about knowing what is a good area to start in? Like for the VeVe Verse or for like investing?" Honestly, it's a lot of, I don't want to say luck, but going out and finding just looking at companies, and it just takes a long time. It does take a while, like months, that 10,000 hour rule, to really get good at trying to value companies, and then not only valuing companies, but also what people are going to do that's going to make those companies good and smart. And good companies fail all the time. Good companies with good leadership, sometimes things happen. I've only really gone all in on a couple of different companies, like Tesla, Pokemon, Earth-2, VeVe Omi, and some of my high-risk lending deals. That's pretty much it. I've been right about all of them so far, but it's just, I don't know what it is. In Dragon Ball, Master Roshi said, "Mines are like books. You can read them if you know how." I think companies are like living organisms, and how they interact with people, how people interact with them, will affect how they grow. It'll affect how the CEO acts, affects how they grow. Like, you do not want a CEO with a temper. You do not want, you want a CEO with that is passionate and driven and smart and also weird. Like David Yu spends his money on comic books. I love that type of stuff because me and him think we're exactly the same. He's a lot more successful than I am, but I mean exactly the same as far as knowing what a collector likes. That's how they have first appearances, first editions, and getting one of the licenses to Pokemon at like 19. From Alfred Archon. Jeremy Pador, same thing. He's had a license for Pokemon as well in like his 20s or something like that. Lots and lots of different people that are not. You don't want normal. I don't want to say you don't want normal. It's just easier to disrupt certain companies and be real innovative if you're not normal, because you think differently. So look at CEOs, look at different companies that look at companies that are ripe for disruption. Cars, internal combustion engines, super ripe for disruption. Collectibles that you can't put out in the sun, that it has to be temperature controlled, super ripe for disruption, like NFTs, metaverses, like video games. We've been on the precipice of breaking through, into augmented reality with Pokemon Go, into virtual reality with the HTC Vive, going with the Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, and all that. And this company is vertically integrated, and I mean that It's not like Pokemon where, okay, yeah, we have Pokemon cards that sell for $5 a pack, and then some Pokemon cards 20 years later, sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Pokemon doesn't get any of that. But with NFTs and smart contracts, you're able to say, oh, actually, we can get part of the secondary sale. Unlike Pokemon cards that are sold on eBay, Pokemon doesn't get anything for that. But this in the marketplace for our VeVe NFTs and collectibles, Marvel and VeVe get part of that. That is stupid smart. That is amazingly smart that they can do that. So they're vertically integrated with all that they do in-house, very small team. They're disrupting the collectibles industry and real estate industry by going virtual. This is disrupting so many different things right now. That's what attracted me to them in the first place. So, yeah. Jamala Shigore says, if I invested all my modest savings, if I could, I buy more. That means VeVe and done what with little means can collect. If you have income and it's steady income, like if I had, let's say, just small steady income, and I knew that I wasn't going to need like money like for rent, like car breaks down, so you spend $400 to fix it. Now I have to sell my OMI to if that was a possibility, I would not do that. Thankfully, I don't work. I retired, don't have a job. If my car craps out, I actually could not get another one right now because I don't have the money. But if I don't need to get to work. I don't need to go to the gym. I do. I can just get an Uber or whatever. I don't need to do anything like that. I don't need to. But that's what I did. I literally, like I showed you guys, that I have less than 700 in my account. So that is something that I'm gonna say. What I've done, I can only tell you what I've done and what I would do. I can't say what you would do, but I borrowed money literally today to buy more OMI for this. Yeah. Orange Bag Lady says, hey brother, crazy AMA this evening. What's up, Orange Bag Lady? You're awesome. Thank you for letting me on your space the other day. We have this thing called Spaces on Twitter where she was hosting, and it was nice enough to let me speak. So thank you for that, Orange Bag Lady. Josh C says, no matter what they say, you have a wonderful voice. Thanks, Josh C. Thanks, man. Atomic Z06 did that $5 super chat, saying super chat was just to say thanks because he got his first million OMI today. Keep on roll. Clap it up for Thomas Z because that's amazing. That's incredible. Again, a million OMI right now, which is about $4,500 give or take. Let's check out the OMI price. Let's see what it's doing right now. So about $4,600 for a million OMI right now. When this goes to a penny, you have $10,000. When it goes to 10 cents, which I think gets to by the end of next year, that's $100,000. That is life-changing money. A lot of people, more than half the world, never gets a comma in their bank account. You're going to have 5 figures. I'm sorry, you're going to have 6 figures. You're going to have 5 figures by the end of this year. I think definitely, probably by next month. But you're going to have 6 figures. You are going to have $100,000 in the future. And not like, in 10 years I might get $100,000. No, I think you get that by the end of next year. Whenever this reaches 10 cents. That's a lot. That is life-changing money as well. That is enough to wipe out most people's debt. That's enough to put a down payment, if not buy the whole heckin' house. Yeah, really, really good. The Audible Collective says, can't believe the Borg ship is half off. The rare... Oh, dude, that I stupidly bought 2 at the market, or at the store, not in the actual market. But, yeah. Ginferno3 says, Atomic, congrats, that's awesome. Milham says, I bought 1 today, Audible, very nice. 10 cents a million. Well, no, Audible, so Audible, I guess you have 10 million, because at 10 cents, you have $1 million. I think that could happen the end of next year, Audible, millionaire. That is 2 commas in the account. I can't wait for that I can't wait. I'm going to cry like a little girl when I get $1 million. I might just be super happy. I don't know. Again, I do want to have a watch party. And suddenly, when that OMI comes through by tomorrow morning, and I have 105 million OMI, let's see what I would need. Yeah, pretty much 95 cents. Oh, I'm sorry, not 95 cents. 0.0095. Actually, because I still have some Pokemon cards, 9.3. Yeah, like 9.3. .0093, I would have between Omi and everything else. I'd have $1 million. Jesus, bananas. Milham says the whole set was cheap to complete. Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I love. More sets for cheap. Dog says ping is important on drop day, on the drop, and in the marketplace. It basically means in milliseconds how fast your order is being sent and received in regards to VeVe. Oh, that's what it is. Brendan Z says, if I get the Ultra Rare on Saturday, I'll complete the set and go back and pick up the Series 1. Get that bread, Brendan Z. Orange Bag Lady says, ha ha ha, Patrick. Fist bump. Slava says, you could rescue dogs and train them to detect COVID. Incredible that they can do that. Dogs can, they can smell cancer. They can smell, dude, dogs are, we do not deserve dogs. Dogs are, well, I mean, I guess we do. Like humans, 50,000 years ago, they took wolves and they made them into dogs, basically. If anyone's ever seen Cosmos, hosted by Neil deGrasse Tyson, what he does, I think it's the third episode, he goes in and he talks about how humans domesticated dogs. And they take wolves and say, well, what happened was, what we would do, like wolves, we would eventually give them the scraps of our meat. So they would stick around and they would let us know if any predators were nearby, if any other, so that's what they did. They would go and they would give out their scraps and let the wolves play out, and they would stay by, and they had this partnership, this symbiotic relationship, and it worked out great for both of them. The wolves said, oh hey, we'll get free food every once in a while, legit, and the humans are they're gonna let us know if any bears come up, heckin' awesome, because a pack of wolves can maybe not take on a bear, but yeah, no, a pack of wolves can go and they can tire a bear out because they're aggressive beasts. So yeah, it's really cool. Dogs are great. I love dogs. Me Home says, do you know how long the contract between VeVe and Marvel will last? Are the lengths of the licensing agreements between VeVe and other companies public info? You are the best hype man VeVe has. I don't actually know how long they last. One of the worries, that's not really a big one, because I believe they have a great partnership, is that Disney, because they own Marvel, they would say that based on the success that Marvel is having, they would be like, hey, I'm going to pay you guys $50 million. We're going to break this contract with us, Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, and all that, and we're going to open our own platform. Even if Disney has to pay $100 million to go do that, I wouldn't blame Disney. I would think okay, you just ruined a nice symbiotic relationship where it's guaranteed money, and now people are going to think you're an evil corporation, although some people think that anyway. I don't think Disney would do that, and that's why it's not a big concern of mine. But it's a possibility that you have to explore. So okay, well, what if Disney does this? Worst case scenario, what happens? And it is possible that happens. I think it's a very, very low possibility, but you shouldn't discount things just because they're uncomfortable, and you should not think about them. You should. So I did, and I went and thought about it, and it seems to be a very, very small chance that happens. So I think even when the license is, let's say it's for 2 years, 5 years, whatever, after that time is over, I'm pretty sure Disney would be like, let's re-up this contract. It might be more favorable to Disney, it might not be, but I'm pretty sure they'd want to continue the relationship because it's wicked good for them. They're basically getting free stuff, free money. They're licensing it out, but they don't have to do any of the work. It's yeah, take our IP. You want to go make us money? Go, by all means, go make us money. So yeah. No, it says, for example, I have 3 to 4 ms ping on average, so my orders are being filled at a substantially faster rate than somebody with 30 ms ping milliseconds. I'm actually not sure what my ping is. I'll let you know. Jamala Shigori says, why not be more present on TV channels? Like me or VeVe in general? If it's VeVe in general, because they don't want to go and do all of this marketing while there's not a lot of utility for the Omi, while it's hard to get Omi, they will probably, when they do the marketing, when they do decide to do the marketing, they will probably go and focus on the VeVe app first, get a bunch of people on the app, burn tons of Omi, and then focus on the utility for the Omi, then focus on the marketing for the Omi, and yeah. So that'll be good. That'll be a lot of fun. Molly S says, what did I miss? Recap? Oh, I'm sorry. I did like a 20-minute recap, so you got to go to the beginning of the video. I can't do all that again. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don Hyon says, cheers to the Omi. Whales! Justin says, how long are these contracts? We're not sure yet. But we'll know in the future, I hope. Scorpioxy says, hey Randy, found you back in March trying to learn how to buy Omi and saw you talk about going all in that long ago. It was that long ago, yeah. So thank you for watching for this long. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. It's a deployment. That's a nice... yeah, I remember back in January where I first get partnered with YouTube, and I was like, this is great. And I thought, because it took me like 10 months... you know, to get partnered, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could do, you know, in 10 months last time, you know, get 1,000. Maybe I can go and do it in 8 months this time to get 2,000. And then I got 2,000 pretty much right away, you know, and like a month or two later, and then I still got 3,000. At 3,000 in like June, and I got 4,000 recently. I think it was this month. So it's been a wild ride. You guys are great. And I know there's still a lot of room to grow. I hope I can. But yeah, you guys are fantastic. Thanks for being good friends, good audience. Brendan Z says, anyone else accumulating gems in anticipation for MTL? Oh, you mean like selling and then to no, because no, I'm not. I have a couple hundred gems in there, but that's about it. Jamila Shigori says, VeVe big partnership with Apple. I mean, they technically already do with Apple and Android, you know, with Google, because it's on our phones. When we put in money, because we have to download the VeVe app in the iOS store, you know, the Apple Play Store or the Google Play Store. And when we do that, thank you guys for 55 likes, that means the world. And we put money in, Apple and Google get a percentage of the money that we put in for gems. So, yeah, big... they already have a partnership, so if they wanted a deeper partnership, their foot's already in the door. They already had partnership, so a bigger partnership is very, very possible. Scorpio XI, or Scorpio 11, says, glad you got that 100 million Omi. Couldn't believe you lived up to your word about selling Pokemon to go all in. Found you again with Dan. Oh, all right, cool. With Dan Lee, cool beans. Yeah, just did a lot. I had him on the live. I had him on the podcast. It was really fun. So yeah, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I think I like the fact I'm a little more old school. It's like, no, I gave you my word, like man of my word, like that still means something to a lot of people. And I definitely want to carry on that tradition for a long time, and hope I can inculcate that into the next generation. I know I do have a couple of younger people on here, and when you give someone your word, you really should to be a good person. I don't say good man, a good person should live up to that. So I told y'all what I was going to do. I did it. So I still have a couple Pokemon cards left, but I had like a couple $100,000 in Pokemon cards. Sold it all for only. Scorpio XI says, Dog, what's up? Falcon says, love Uncle Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy, we love him. Scorpio says, Dog. Justin says, Brendan Z, I turned 30 gems into 492. You mad lad. Gunther Heisenberg says, Jeremy P. That's Jeremy. The Audible Collectible says, yeah. Drew Seller says, I only have 400,000 Omi. Wish I can get more. That's still, you know, when this goes to 50 cents, you have $200,000. That's a lot. You know, when it goes to 25 cents, you have $100,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. Clem A says, VeVe Verse confirmed for December. Which day? They didn't say which day, but yes, December. Audible Collectibles says just dollar cost average. Just says no offense to E2, but I hope VeVe Verse goes off. Oh, they both. I'm sure they both will, but yeah, same. Scorpio says, anyone see Kang Doctor close to 9K? Oh, I did not see the Dr. Kang or the Kang Secret Rare close at 9K, but very, very good for them. Earth to invest. I like the word behoove. When you're in the Air Force, they say behoove a lot, so it just kind of gets inculcated in your brain. Hubble Collectible says he doesn't. LOL. Brendan Z says Jacob from Twilight lookalike contest. Yeah, it was in Twilight. It was really big, and I did used to look kind of similar to Taylor Lautner. I used to be little bit more lean, but yeah, 10 years ago, yeah, I did. SL says, I think VeVe will find a way to make land sales fair. I don't think they would allow one person to come by with $5 million and buy up tons of land. I'm sure they will also, like I said, they would have auctions. I think they'll have giveaways. I'm sure they'll make it fair as well. Dan O says, hey, Randy, hello from an American living in Japan. You're an interesting guy, and your enthusiasm is contagious. I hope we can bump fists in an Omi celebration meetup someday. I hope so too, Dan O. I hope so too. I don't know, where you in Japan? You in the military? You in like Okinawa? You in Kadena? Let me know down below. I'm sure I'll get over there at some point. Audible Collective says, that would be awesome, Randy. I was thinking the same way on exchanges. Omi to NFT would be awesome. That's some positive buy pressure for sure. Kevin Mack, thank you for that super chat the other day. Say, do you have any predictions for the future of Earth 2? Tons of predictions. Utility for Essence and Jewels will go up a lot once we're full on phase 2. Once we have resources to go in, building up our properties. Yeah, I'm very, very bullish. And link down below for Chavez Topia. It's going to be one of the best mega cities in the world. EPLs as well. Yeah, I can't wait for it. And I have sold everything except for Earth 2. To this day, I have never drawn out of Earth 2 because I believe that the potential for that could match Omi and potentially surpass it, at least from where the point it is now. Because Omi's already 100x. I've said this many times before. From 2 years ago to now, it's already 100x. Earth 2 crypto is not even out yet. So I'm very, very bullish on Earth 2. Extraordinarily bullish. That's why that's the one thing I have not and will never sell. Mike Squire says, what inkling do you have when Dan spoke about DC Comics? The same way that he said that a bunch of these do not underestimate big companies about going to OpenSea because they can smell money. DC Comics, I'm 100% positive, sees all the money that Marvel's making from these drops. There's definitely negotiations about them doing that. There has to be, because they will. And sure, they could do it on their own, and that's probably a negotiating tactic. DC's like, listen, you have our NFTs, these artists, we're going to do the comics on our own. But people are already on the, like, how do they know that it'll be successful if they try to do that on their own? NFTs that maybe don't have utility. If they do that here, they know they're going to have utility in the VeVe Verse and be attached to all other things. Collectors will just collect it just because it's part of a set or something. They might not do that if it's on their own. So I'm pretty sure they'll get the DC Comics on there. Excuse me. High Road says, my dad is neighbors with Bill Murray. Was that a... yeah, that'd be fun. Like, you just get, your dad... I don't know if you're serious, because that'd be hilarious. That would be hysterical. Really? Do you, see him a lot? I'm so curious about that. When I saw, not Superbad, Zombieland, where Woody Harrelson has, this obsession with Twinkies and Bill Murray, they go to visit his... I love him. I loved him for years. Jamal Shigori says, if Omi makes you $1 million, you'll get a tattoo on your arm. Well, Omi should make me $1 million by next month, so I don't know about that. Or it should make me a millionaire by next month. It won't have made me $1 million by next month. It'll just, it will be a key place in getting me $1 million. But I think at some point I should probably get an Akomi tattoo, depending on how high it goes, how much money it makes me. Gotta live your product, right? I don't know where, because maybe I should get it on my arm somewhere. I don't know, but this arm is really for Nintendo. Got the Donkey Kong throwing the Pokeball. Got the, Kirby, Yoshi, Mario, Triforce. Got the Star Fox over there. This one doesn't... I got Horse. I got May Never Be Perfect. But I don't really know where I'd put it. I'll let you guys know. If I do wear a dress at the Met Gala next week, I might have to put it on the opposite side of my Supernatural tattoo. If I do get one. Yeah, maybe then. Clem says, if all the land is taken, what benefit in continuing to play the game? Just because the land is taken and you can't build your home on there, you'll still be able to have your home in the ether, which is not a part of the land of the VeVeverse, but is still attached to it. People will still be able to go and look, and you'll still be able to go and see other people's places. You'll still be able to go to the VeVeverse and still play the mini games that they have and do competitions that they have. there's going to be a lot of reason to be able to go and spend time there. There has to be. That's what they're going to want. And it's not just them doing it. You're going to have other people setting up their own racetracks on their land. You're going to have other people setting up their own mini games on their land. So there will be some, hey, this is Akomi sanctioned games on the VeveVerse, and this is other people doing their own thing. So it's very, very rare. Same thing with Earth 2, why I'm so bullish, that you have other people that's going to increase the value of your land. It's so rare that you have that. So yeah, I'm extraordinarily bullish. And Tim HNC75 with that $5 super chat saying, I'm expecting that companies like DC or Marvel or whoever will have a site you can pay a few gems and tour the place. Yeah, I agree 100%. That would make so much sense. Like I said, if Disney or whoever came and say, hey, if you can't afford to travel halfway around the world and come here, just pay a couple of gems and you could visit our virtual reality. Oh, it'd be bananas. Slava says Midnight Club is my favorite. Slava, you from Europe? I could tell by the way you say spell favorite. Midnight Club was so good. Midnight Club 2 is just, oh my god, amazing. Amazing, amazing time. So it is time, speaking of time, for my 90-minute Patreon member shout-out. What should it be? I'm going to say it's not Taco Bell, not Raining Tacos, not Raining Men. Who let the dogs out? No. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that, cause it ain't no holler back, girl. It ain't no holler back, girl. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that, cause I ain't no holler back, girl. Ain't no holler back, girl. Thank you guys for 60 likes. That means the world. Gunther Heisenberg says, we might have West Coast Customs, so Customs Lambo. That's also true. West Coast Customs, I don't know if they were on an AMA. They were definitely listening to an AMA. I think they might have been speaking on it as well. Custom Lambo would be heckin' legit. Justin says, I have memories of going over my friends when I was young, played Midnight Club and GTA San Andreas. Yeah, buddy. So much fun. Those games were so good. They were so cool. That was just like... There's so many different things to explore, so many ramps to go up, so many, like... Not even play the game. Like, I get it. Oh, hey, Moses here. Oh, you brought the cops. Like, that type of thing was fun, story mode, but the best part is just playing two-player mode, and I was in a war with taxis and buses, because you're trying to go, like, 200 miles an hour, and they just get in your way. So I would always, like... I think left bumper was machine gun, and right bumper was rocket launcher. So heckin' good. Just running over. It's such a good game. I love those games. So great. So good. Molly S. says... Summary, immutable end of September, MTL very soon, possibly end of September, OMI utility announcement end of September, VeveVerse info, can buy land and avatars with OMI, and seems like it will be the currency of the VeveVerse. All transactions in the VeveVerse with OMI will go straight to the burn wallet and be gone forever. That is a very good summary, Molly. Clap it up for Molly. Shout out for Molly. 64 viewers, 64 likes. Thanks, guys. Scorpio XI says, I'll pay you for some Taco Bell sweats. Taco Bell sweats? Or sweets? I don't know if Taco Bell has sweets. Does Taco Bell have sweatpants that I could buy? I'd totally buy it. I'd totally get some. Clem A says, there should be an NFT of the OMI management team. I wonder what it would sell for on VeVe. So they were actually asked that, if they would have any of their own VeVe NFTs. And they said, not really, we're going to leave that to the professionals. But I think they will have something like, oh, hey, here's just an OMI NFT. We have had that with Earth 2 with the Easter eggs, but we've also had that with Earth 2 where people have made NFTs of me, and it bears the Earth 2 logo. So if you want one of those NFTs, come join the stream on Sunday, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be giving a few of those away, because I do have some. And yeah, along with a bunch of other NFTs from here. Land in Earth 2 and Chavez Topia, link down below. So yeah, there's going to be a... I'm sure there's going to be VeVe NFTs as well. Justin says, at Clem, that seems unprofessional to me for some reason. I think there will be. All right, who is this webcamschat.com? They have been trying to... and I can't like... can I delete them? Yes, report. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Huzzah! Yeah, get the fudge out of here, webcams chat, hot girls and stuff. You were on my thing yesterday. I'm just going to remove all of your stuff because you're a bot. And I don't like you. Clem A says, which is better to get, get Labbit Ultra Rare or complete the Batman set and get Riso, Batman. I love Labbit, and there's a decent chance that Labbit moons first because that is going to go to OpenSea, but I'm sure all of them will. And there's a good chance that moves first, but historically, Season 1 versus Season 2, going to be Season 1, obviously. Batman, especially the Riso, that first set is the first set. That will always be the first set, can never change, and you can tell by how quick I answered that question. Yeah, that is going to be one of the most expensive sets. Not because of the rare, obviously you have Powerpuff Girls, which is stupid rare, but just because that's the first set. Batman's so amazing that Todd McFarlane, there's a bunch of people buying those. That first set is just only 1,750 of them. It's the first one ever. Bananas. Mikey Beebe says, I love dogs, have 3 Rottweilers. You're absolutely right. We are lucky to have them. Seem like a genuine dude. We will have to meet up at the first VeveCon. Keep it up, man. You're a great mentor. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, fam. Hugs. So we are going to have a couple of parties. There's going to be a 10-cent party in Long Island. Apparently there's going to be a 5-cent party in Oklahoma with Dan Lee. Vegas, I think it's going to be a 20 or 25-cent party. Ow. I don't know what that was. That did not feel good. Dashy, what was that? Is it a ghost? So there is going to be multiple parties. We'll keep you all posted as those come out. Ernesto Ayala says, wonder if Marvel or DC will come out with NFT exclusive comics instead of old comics turned NFT. That could be interesting. That would be really cool. Maxwell said, sorry I'm late. A lot of great questions from the AMA. Heck yeah, there was. Also says, Omi's starting to climb again. Let's take a look-see. What is Omi going to do? 100,464. We got, and it's a pretty decent climb with only about 8.2 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours, which is great. So I'm very, 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 very excited. And look at these giant buy and sell walls over the last, giant buy and sell orders, sell walls over the last 24 hours. Just very, very volatile, very, very parabolic. I like it. Justin says, it feels like a hell of a ride. It's an exciting ride. Esteban Camo says, my Randy, what if Omi goes to $1? Would you throw a million Omi party in your mansion to your fans / followers? $1? I mean, 100 million. I have $100 million at that point. I don't think I'd ever get a mansion. I am very simple. I'm very, like, again, right now, when this goes to a penny, or even 0.0093 or 95 next month, and I have $1 million, I think I'll be one of the only millionaires in the country without an air conditioner, without a bed. Yeah. I assume this will go to $1 by the end of 2027. At that point, will I have a mansion? The only reason why I would get something, not even a mansion-wise, but just bigger than like a 3-bedroom, and again, that's to share with the girlfriend and her 3 cats and dog, is really just to get more pets. And maybe have an au pair, like a nanny for, not for kids or anything, we don't want kids, but for the pets, so we can go on vacation and the kids are fine, or the pets are fine, that type of deal. Because you don't want to put them in, you want to, because they might get confused as like, you're putting them in a boarding facility and they're probably having an okay time looking at other dogs, whatever. It's probably okay, but they're probably so, they're probably just so, not scared, just confused. Like where my owner's going for like days and just, I don't like that. Even though I used to work at East Village Green and Levittown Animal Hospital in Long Island, and I would make an honest effort to just try to spend a lot of time with them as I could. And most of the dogs seemed pretty happy. But some weren't, some were scared. So going in cages and like eating with them was really fun. Because some of them wouldn't eat, without them. So if you, like monkey see, monkey do, you go and have a sandwich and, they eat, put a little turkey in there or whatever. That makes it better. So I wouldn't want to do that to my pets. I'd rather have someone come to the house or someone just live at the house in general and be like, hey, I'm just going to pay you. But also that's what I want to do at my animal sanctuary when I open that up, or I'm going to open a few of them up in America. But for a big part, $1 party, a $1 party would be insane. The 10-cent party is going to be bananas, and that's in New York. The Vegas party will probably even be more bananas. We're probably going to have an England party too at some point because I think Hello K is there. And that's a good point for Europe as well. I like Austria, I like Germany, but everyone speaks English in the UK. But for $1, I don't know what we would do. We would have to rent out like an amusement park or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how many followers / subscribers / friends I would have at that point. So I would say, I don't know. I would say, I don't know. Let me think on that. I have a few years before we go to $1. I hope, or I think. Esteban Kamal says invitation VIP to the first ones. Esteban also says, also I got my 1.7 million Omi going for the 2 million. Thanks for making me believe. I thought I bought Omi when it was 1.2 cents and hodled since. You are a real OG, and that's not easy to do when something goes down to hodl, but you did it. Very proud of you. Like, congrats. That's very, very good. Good for you. Dustin says Duke Nukem voice. I don't really know the Duke Nukem voice, so I'll do that at some point. Ernesto Ayala says, I wonder if VeVe has a focus group of collectors to bounce ideas, NFTs, before launching them. So many smart, creative minds in the community. They should definitely have one. I think they are. Like, David Yu is a big collector. If he were to take me on, let's say, as like a consultant, saying like, hey, based on your experience with Pokemon, what you like and what you dislike, what are your personal likes and dislikes? What are the community's dislikes? And one of Pokemon's biggest mistakes was taking away that first edition stamp. Taking that away was not something that was good. Like, there are people like myself that, for the most part, only collect WotC, Wizards of the Coast. Like, having a first edition stamp, that just added level of rarity, that added chase card that you would want. Secret rares are great. That's what secret rares. I'm pretty sure David got that idea from Pokemon. Started with Raichu in the Rocket set. He was a secret rare. Then the next one came in Neo Rev with the Shining Gyarados and Shining Magikarp, and then Neo Destiny. There was a bunch of secret rares. Then there were gold stars in the gold. Lots of good stuff that I would definitely I think I would definitely bring to the table. But David might know a decent amount of what I know, if not more. Scorpio says, I don't know much about Earth 2, but every time you mention it, I get DC Comics vibes. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Earth 2 does a series run. There was one, I think it was called Earth 1. Started with Superman. And he had this cat. This is so sad. I have to tell it. If I have to suffer, you have to suffer. He had this cat, and the cat would always look at the moon. And I don't know what happened to the cat, but spoilers, dies. And because the cat always loved looking at the moon, Superman flew up to the moon and buried the cat on the moon. I was like, oh my god, my feels. I'm like in tech school when I read this, so I was like already just like missing my friends, and I was just like, it was crazy. It was absolutely bananas. I was like, oh my god, my feels. So moving on. What am I selling at? I'm not going to sell. It's not. I don't have a particular data or price point on it. What I'm going to do is, when I'm able to put in Omi into that VeVeVerse to buy land, I originally was just going to buy NFTs. I might still do that. I might not. I am going to go and, let's say by tomorrow I should have 105 million. I will go and put a couple million, probably 2 million into the VeVeVerse. And if it's at 5 cents, that's $100,000, which I think would be good. Good to buy that amount of land. And then I would take next year, on January 3rd, I'm going to sell 1 million Omi so I can go down to Texas. I can buy my Cybertruck, can drive it back up here, like burn my Honda. I don't know what I would do with it. And then I would go and, what do you call it? Next year I'm going to sell 3 million Omi. One is going to be for my Cybertruck. One is going to be so I can move down to Florida. I can have money, like, again, the money that I have right now, which is nothing, that I'm going to get a little bit back. I'm sell some Pokemon cards and stuff. That's what I have for the rest of the year. So that Omi, that 1 million Omi that I'm going to sell, I'm going to have first and last month's rent, security deposit for an apartment down in Florida, get a moving company to get all my stuff, get down to Florida, and then I'm going to let's say that's $50,000 at that point. Let's say that all of that cost me $10,000 to $15,000. That other $30,000 to $35,000, that's going to be the money that I'm going to try to live on. Again, cheaper cost of living, better lifestyle down in Florida. That's what I'm going to try to do. Live off that. And then my other $1 million that I'm going to sell is pretty much just going to be for taxes. And I might have to sell $2 million because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a buttload of money to pay. So yeah. Did they give an update on the VeVe Verse? Pretty much. It's pretty much just going to be in December. They're going to do land that they're going to buy, that you're going to buy there is going to be burnt. Like the OMI that you're going to spend going to be burnt, which is going to be great. Justin says, get the red OMI circle on your eye like Mike Tyson, though. That'd be great. Random Videos 24 says, where do you plan on selling a Comey at? Yeah, I just answered that, so that's where I was. Audio Collective says, the first Need for Speed on the 3DO was mind-blowing for the year it was put. I'm old. Oh, well. We have Tim HN75 says, maybe we should have a tattoo party at the 5 cent party. And in Oklahoma? I don't know if I trust any tattooists in Oklahoma. I do have a tattoo artist. Her name is Stacy. She's down in Florida. I could totally refer you guys to her and just have. If we do a Florida party, I'll pay for everyone's tattoos. For OMI tattoos, if you want to get them, let's do it. Actually, yeah. I want to send out a tweet. Okay. Where's the Twitter? Okay. I'm going to tweet when OMI or when we have a Comey Florida party, I will pay for everyone's $OMI tattoos. Yeah. Okay, there we go. The Audible Club is, I think if OMI gets some parabolic FOMO near the end of the bull cycle, it would go up huge for no reason. Well, end of the bull cycle is probably going to be way into next year. Slava says, got the real Randy Chavez NFT yesterday. You're a good man. Oh, you did get one. Oh, good for you. Which one did you get? Let me know. And thank you for saying I'm a good man. That means a lot. Tim HM75 says, I'm wondering what the ether is that they're talking about. Will it be like the Jetsons and your land is in the sky? I think it'll just be like another place, like kind of like wherever the VeVe land verse ends, you'll be in somewhere, or maybe it's like a code. Someone can go and, like, if you give them the code, they could be transported to your land that is in the ether, and you could probably enter the VeVe verse from there. I don't think it'll be in the sky, because I don't know if we're going to be allowed to live on the VeVe verse, like build lands and buildings. But they did say we would have multiple levels. They didn't say if the levels would be limited and how high we can build. And again, just because they have cars and everything doesn't mean they won't have boats. Doesn't mean they won't have aircraft. Again, Wonder Woman, has an aircraft. A bunch of these NFT things, Spider-Man is going to be able to swing. So I don't know if there's going to be, just because you have this, how high you can build, if that'll obstruct some people's view, if you're going to have to buy air rights. Not 100% sure. SJK8 says, your thoughts on the Tesla/risk/reward versus OMI, please. I'm still 90% Tesla, but thinking about adding more OMI at this price point. Videos? I heart your videos. So I sold my Tesla late June, early July. Because, for this. If I still had Tesla, I would sell it for this. Because Tesla will go, maybe like 8 to... Maybe even 8xing by the end of the decade. Let's say the end of 2030. Let's see where Tesla's at right now. Oh, excuse me. New tab. Tesla is at a... What's the market cap? Oh, all right. 758 billion. So 758 times, let's say 8xing is a $6 trillion company by the end of so let's say that 8x's by the end of 2030, which is very hard to do. I'm not saying that they can't do that. 4 trillion would be bananas, which I think they could do. But no company is $6 trillion right now. Like, you could say, like, oh, it's just how much to this company. No company is worth that right now. I'm not saying they can't do that. It's possible, but that's just to 8x. Omi can 8x by the end of the year. That's why it was no choice in my. It wasn't even a hard call for me. I was like, yeah, I sold Tesla, sold my Bitcoin, sold everything. So yeah, just borrowing money now, so I can do this. Yeah, that's my point of view. George17 says Pamela Anderson from 1994, Baywatch in AR, and he's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh my God, Pam Anderson, 94. Good times. The Master of Worlds says, hey Randy, what if VeVe was telling the truth when it came to having limited content? I mean, opening up to OpenSea, what if the big names in VeVe leave because of OpenSea exposure? Could be very bad. Let me think about this. I have thought about it as if they would want to be on OpenSea because that just gives them another layer of exposure. That just gives them another layer of saying, hey, what you're saying is maybe if they say, oh, we see how much money we could make if we don't partner with NFT, or if we don't partner with VeVe and we do it ourselves, they would have to wait until their licenses agreement, let's say it lasts for 5 years, whatever, they would have to wait until that's up before they remove it, and they would just not re-up their agreement. Yeah. So that could take years. So I'm fine with them not doing that. I'm fine with them if they want to do that in like 5 years. Then go ahead. Again, we've already won the decade. Akomi has no serious competition right now. They don't. They're miles ahead, years ahead of Evan and Wells. Audible Collective says, thanks for the live chat, brother. Theme song still on the table. You sound like a music fan. Yeah, I love music. I have a piano right back there. I played violin when I was younger. Thank you for that offer. I'm not a good singer, but I love karaoke. I love drunk karaoke. Ginferno3 says, you don't need AC in your house. You'll be able to sleep, stream, YouTube, and enjoy AC in your Cybertruck. Make it your business office and write it off on taxes. Guess you could live in there. It's really big. Maybe I could try that for a week. See how it feels. Scorpio XI says, I'm sure Disney will let us rent them out. Maybe. Clem A says, what would you estimate the price of Batman's Reso set? How much will the price difference with Batman Reso set, where one set has a Reso number 500 versus another set that has Reso at 1700? If they're all, I don't know what the price difference would be. At that point, I think people would just be like, dude, just give me a Reso set. Like, just give me a Reso number. They'd be happy just to get one because there's only 1750 of them. So at that point, I don't think it would really matter. Like for trophy cards, and this is why I'm stacking up on hymns. Why I want to stack up on Harley Quinns, because there's the ultra rare Harley Quinn's only 500. For trophy cards, there's only like, let's say for Trophy Kangaskhan, it's there's only like 40 something graded of them out there. So you buy 10, it doesn't really matter. You just want to get a trophy card. Same with Pikachu Illustrator, 9, PSA 8, trophy. Again, it doesn't matter because they're so rare. You're just happy to get one in general. Yeah. But it'll probably be a difference, not a huge one, I don't think. Just my opinion. I don't know though. If it was sub 100 versus 1700, that would probably be a big difference. Sub 100 ones people just love. The OP says, silly Randy, we all know only will be $1 by next week. Crypto Rain, who is more experienced in the crypto universe than I am, says that it's possible that we get $1 by the end of this bull run, which could be the end of next year. He's not saying that it'll stay there, and he's probably figuring a 50% hit when it goes down, but dude, if that happens... Alright, guys, be advised, and this is a real one, this is real talk here. Patreon type stuff, even though, again, I don't give any special thing to pay. I just give my Patreon member shout out. There's no added content in Patreon. There is maybe for Wraithax, who's in the family and friends tier. There is a learning curve to having money, and I don't want to mean that like condescendingly, because when I got out of the military and I had $3,000, like literally 4.5 years ago when I started my first business, I had $3,000 to my name. And thankfully, my partner Dan decided to say like, hey, now that you got a little money, and he said, don't be like I was, because when he was my age, or at least at the time, my age, a little bit older, he was in his like late 20s. He was making money, like more than $10,000 a month, like several $1,000s. He was making well over $100,000 a year, probably $200,000 a year. And he's like, yeah, I was a kid, I was young, I was dumb, I was going to Miami like every weekend. We were partying, we were doing all this crazy stuff. And he said, listen, like that gets to you, it ages you. It's just you can sometimes not have a good time, sometimes you get in a bad position. You never had this money, so just be advised, just go slow with it. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. If you never had something before, and yeah, there was a little bit of a learning curve, saying like, wow, I never had 10,000. No, I did have 10,000 once when I was deployed. I had that, but I never had that like in my account like there. And I bought a lot. I like whiskey. I bought a lot of whiskey, like Johnny Walker Blue, like expensive whiskey, which is like $200 a bottle. Which, if you have millions of dollars, not that much, but for me it was like whoa. And it's not good. Like it's really not good to do that. So what I did, and because I'm kind of a recovering alcoholic, I go and I had a thing, like I invested all my money, and I tried to keep my bank account very, very low. I even think I did a video on this on my Veterans React playlist. Think like recovering alcohol, whatever. Or it was on one of my videos. Got like 100 views, and it was saying that basically I keep my bank account really low because I'm a little bit of an addict. I love to drink, and I'm good. I'm good right now. I don't want to show that, but it's just bottle alcohol. I just don't want to get like demonetized or whatever. It's Game of Thrones alcohol. My girlfriend got me, which I love, but I just had a problem. So if you know that someone that has a highly addictive personality, and you never had thousands of dollars before, like tens of thousands of dollars, which OMI will give you, if you have 500,000 OMI, at a dollar, that's $500,000. At a quarter, that's $125,000. So when this reaches in a couple of years 25 cents, and you suddenly have six figures at your disposal, that is a lot of money. And if you've never had it before, that can be dangerous. And again, I don't want to lecture. Some people probably know this. Don't take too much out at once. Don't have, because it's just a lot. So yeah, just be advised with that. Star Helix says, yo, Randy, missed the first part of the stream. What's the TLDR on the news? TLDR on the news. I don't know. Let's see here. Somebody did a thing up there. It's 18 minutes. Deeper level of communication. We might be a social media platform. New York Comic Con exclusive. Omi Byrne will buy land. Utility articles coming out. Bunch of stuff late September, early October. Auctions. The app will be down for 4 hours when we switch over to Immutable. We'll have a home in the VeVe Verse. Things will be able to do certain buy things. It won't be unlocked. I don't know. I'm really bad at doing recaps. I'm sorry. Patrick says, can't wait for G.I. Joe collectibles. Oh, those are going to be so cool. Nomad with Guitar says, bam, just sent me 200 gems. Order is complete. So Nomad with Guitar is now the proud owner of a Blaine's Arcanine first edition PSA 10. There's less than 150 of these in the world. I think it's very, very undervalued. They actually were, before the dip, worth a little over $4,000, and he got this for a really good price. I'm going to send that to you, Nomad Guitar, because I know you want to receive it on a Monday or Tuesday. Thank you very much for that. And we did it for a certain amount of gems in the VeVe Verse. I'm just going to make sure that I got it. I'm pretty sure I did. And I did. Thank you for that. Moving on. Justin says, Superman flew your friend's cat to the moon, you said. Oh, did I say my friend? No, his cat in the Earth 1 comic book. Milham says, I would empty my bank account for Garbage Pail Kids. I think a lot of people would. That was very, very big in the 90s. Jogma says, you coming to Austin for your truck? Yeah. If I can. I mean, I know they might have a delivery system, but no, I wanna drive it. Yeah, that'll be really fun. Ginferno3 says, I would love Garbage Pail Kids also. I still have a bunch from when I was a kid. This might be worth something. Paul Gwynn says, how much is one gem worth in OMI when we're able to withdraw from VeVe? I don't believe we're going to be able to take our gems and withdraw OMI. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. We'll be able to take our gems and withdraw dollars, US, Australian dollars, pounds, euro, whatever. But because if we were going to be paid in OMI, that would come from the reserve wallet, and they don't want to take stuff from the reserve wallet and bring it to the circulating supply. If you want to cash out in dollars and then use those dollars to buy OMI, more than welcome to. But I just don't believe we're gonna be able to have that option to cash out in OMI. Edwin Osorio says, where can you buy OMI again? Buy on a couple. Right now, it's Bit4x, AscendX, Gate.io, and OKEX. Oscar, Kilo, Echo, X-Ray. Sandra Florence says, can I have your Honda, please? I'm sure it smells. I'm sure I will talk about a Honda giveaway, maybe, but be advised, I just ran into a friend a couple weeks ago who had sold his car to someone. They did not do the right thing. They did not register it on their name. They didn't do the paperwork. So I'm very not going. I might donate it to like Cars for Kids thing. I don't know. I'll let you guys know what I want to do with the car. Non-Fungible Wonderful says, yo, what's up, OMI gang? You gotta wear a light blue tux with a red tie and a OMI bandana. Fire. Met Gala 2022. So, Non-Fungible Wonderful. I don't know if you're still here or not. I'm not gonna play it, for the copyright thing, but guys, so there is and it'll show up in my YouTube history. Yeah, so 4 videos ago, I had I was listening to Immutable X Anthem from Non-Fungible Wonderful. And in Massapequa, New York, where I live, is a very, very, very white neighborhood. So it's like, and an Immutable X, been here. Now it's September. Like, it is, and I'm sorry, I just butchered that whole song. Like, it is very, what do you call it? Very a not white song. And I had this, like, lady strolling her baby, like just looking at me like that guy from the Bee movie, like, and I was like, all right, this might be a little too gangster for these white people here. It was just really funny. Go listen to that. It's so good. Immutable X retweeted it. Akomi retweeted it. It's really, really good. It's really, really fun. So yeah, it is now time for my 120-minute, my 2-hour Patreon member shout out. Voy a reír, voy a bailar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. Voy a reír, voy a gozar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. That was Mark Anthony with Vivir mi vida. I love him so much. C-Spill99 says, when I just trolling, I don't know, definitely before December, or before the end of the year. Milham says, Bit4x has been easier for me, Edwin. Says, what up, Fungible? Ginfaro says, Pineapple Gang here. Randy N.A. says, I'll at Milham. Milham, you would do that. You would do what, babe? Non-Fungible Wonderful says, just made a new anthem. What? Oh my god, no you didn't. 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 No you heckin' didn't. No, not my videos. I'm gonna go to history. Immutable X. Is it out? Well, free NFT giveaway. Pineapple Gang blind box is here. That was I don't know why I didn't watch that yet. So totally go watch that. I'm gonna watch that after this. That'll be really great. I'm also going to go on here and give myself a like. Come on, give me one more like so I get 75 likes. Oh god, hiccups. We're at where Justin says upload. Slava says E2 premium NFTs, the real Randy Chavez on wax. Hope it's legit. It probably is. I'll show you which ones are mine, just so there is no confusion. Yeah, it is on Atomic Hub. So I have a couple. I'm going to show you the 2 that are mine. Come on. Where you at? Where you at? Okay, so... Oh, Legacy of Bermuda just sent me one. It looks so good. So somebody actually saw number 69 floating around and bought it for me. So that's one of them. I'm not giving that one away because that's number 69. And then this is the other one of mine. So if you have one of those, we're good. If it's not one of those, I don't think we're good. Yeah. Didn't upload it yet. Can't wait for that. Non-fundable wonderful. Milham's Brandy. I want me some Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, those are great. And Rosario says that Milham, thanks a mil. Dropping $10 on Omi doesn't hurt, but goes a long way. C-Spill says Tracy Bingham. It's Tracy Bingham. Ginferno3 says, Brandy, don't let him buy the Garbage Pail Kids. I want them all. She's laughing. Milham says Ginferno3, she knows how I'd obsess about it too. See, this is what I mean. Where if you have a limited number of things, all it takes is a couple people to fight to put the price up. Brandy NH says he would literally run away to Hot Town and buy them. C-Spill says, will we get Gremlins? Who owns Gremlins? Let's see. Oh, I'm already on. Who owns Gremlins? All right. Amblin Entertainment? I don't know. Oh no, who owns the rights to Gremlins? Let's see what we have here. Warner Bros. Oh, and we have the deal with Warner Bros. So yeah, we should have Gremlins. Mohammed says Gremlins would be sick AF. Ryan Merrick says, on today's drop, I had one pending that I ended up not getting. Totally message support for that. My chat says, what's up, homies? My boy Randy and Mr. Non-Fungible Wonderful. Web chat, I could have sworn I removed you. Can I not remove you anymore? Okay, all right, well, webcamschat.com with hot girls and boys. I really hope they mean of age girls. I'm like, what the... Okay, I can't delete that. I don't know why. Non-Fungible says, ha 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 ha, ayo. Milham says, LMAO. Non-Fungible Wonderful says, what's up, Mike Jack? Says, my boy. Slava says, yep, got the second one with snow. Nice. That was actually taken. So there's jobs in the Air Force where you just take pictures. I did not know that when I went into MEPS, when I went into everything. So I'll show you on the real Randy Chavez Instagram that it was... I forget when it was taken. It was taken like a long time. I was in the military, so it had to be more than 5 years. And it was, I think it was 2015, because there was snow. And in Jersey, so that's where it was taken from. Me and my boy McAllister over there, McGuire Air Force Base. And it was just, we just came back from like a mission. I had to call it in, be like, hey, plane's clear on like Gulf 4, wherever. What was that? That is a, no, that is a C-17. So that would be on Joker, Kilo, wherever. Yeah. So that's where it came from. Someone made it into an NFT, and they said, "Hey, do you want to do this as an E2 card?" I was like, "Yeah, it'd be great." So we did. Bill Scott says, "Yo, Randy, I got Randy Chavez EPL. Well, I'm going to need to buy that from you." Soldier USAF says, "Hey, Randy, the 4-year cycle, if it repeats like the last one, the top should fall in around December, January this year. What's your thoughts on why the bull run could run to the end of 2022? Because of the approval of the Bitcoin ETF. Because there has been no other time in crypto history where Tesla, Square, MicroStrategy, Grayscale, ARK Invest are all buying into are buying into Bitcoin. And again, that Bitcoin ETF, there's already like 2 in Brazil and 3 in Canada, or vice versa. And people are saying that you can use Bitcoin as, in I think El Salvador, as actual like their currency. Like that is legal tender in that country. Other countries are going to follow. There has never been this much pressure. I do not believe we're going to do this normal 4-year thing. I believe this is going to be a super cycle. I believe we are going to go again. Kathy Wood is like the Warren Buffett of our generation. Would not have gone on and applied for a Bitcoin ETF if she was sure, if she thought she wasn't going to get it. We have a good, very good shot. THMC75 says Florida, hell yeah, get out of New York, hell yeah, hell yeah. And then Kurt says tattoos with Randy, hell yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go. I've been streaming for 2 hours again, so I gotta bounce. My throat is killing me. I love you all. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. And guys, thank you so much for those super chats. Those mean the world to me. Bill Scott says Randy Chavez EPL is the World Islands in Dubai. Nice. Soldier USAF says the ETF approval isn't until October 28th, so I can't wait, dude. Yes, I believe that will get passed. Thanks, OP. Thanks, Randy. All right, bye, guys. Bye. Meow, 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 meow. Good night. Meow. Bye, Meow.